Hey there, my friends. It's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping. Hope you are doing well. It's been a while since I've gone live. Sorry about that. It's been a few weeks of travel for me, but I'm back and excited to be back doing Facebook Live each week. So I am going to change the time a little bit. I had been doing it at 8 o'clock on Wednesdays, but I'm finding that I'm trying to have a little more balance between work time and life time. So, and I don't mean the TV channel, just trying to have a little bit more space between when I work and when I don't. And since this is work, I'm going to start pushing this to 4 o'clock on Wednesdays because that's still working time for me. And 8 o'clock is resting time now. So I'm trying to just have a little bit more balance because I do work a lot on the weekends and in the evening. So a little bit more free time is good. Anyway, I am excited today. I don't really have a ton of actual crafting to share with you today, but I have kind of a fun concept that I thought I would share because I've been brainstorming on it and noodling on it for a little bit and want to start implementing it. So I thought I'd share it with you to see if you wanted to join me with this new little documenting journey I'm going to do. I haven't really got back into the groove yet creatively for stamping since I got back from Greece. So I don't have an actual project, but just this fun little project that I'm going to start working on, but don't have anything finished as of yet. But I'm going to share with you some of my notes and my bullet journal and some of the kind of ideas that I have about documenting summer because I'm going to start doing that now. I read a statistic recently that this generation particularly has so many photos on their phone and that we're the most, well, not me, because I'm not really part of this generation, but the generation that is growing up right now is one of the most documented in like history, but will probably have no photos of themselves by the time they're older because they're all on our phones and will get lost and never printed. So to help kind of, because I actually find that myself included, like I have photos from almost every day and they very rarely get printed. So what I'm thinking is this little project will help me kind of document the little moments. And I don't know if you've been hanging around with me for any length of time. I actually love to scrapbook. That's where I originally started. And when I do scrapbook, I don't tend to scrapbook events. I mean, I will here and there, but I tend to scrapbook the little everyday moments. Those are the things that mean the most to me. Those are the things I want to remember as I get older and I want my family to remember. I don't necessarily want to document every birthday I've had or every trip I've been on, although I do like documenting my trips because those are fun. But I like to remember the little everyday things. So that's what this project is really geared to, is to kind of get some of those photos off my phone and into a book and into my memory. Because I find that once I write these things down, they stick a little better too. I don't know if you're like that. And then also to try and just live a little bit more in the moment, because I do find that lately I feel like I'm living off a to-do list and it's just go, go, go and busy, busy, busy. And I really want to be kind of enjoying each and every little moment that I'm doing. So let's go ahead and flip the camera around. I'm hoping this won't be backwards because we are going to be looking a little bit at my writing, but I'm hoping because I did it this way that we won't be backwards. And then we'll go ahead and get started. So hang on one second. All right, let's get you set up here. Oh, I forgot to change out my little grid sheet. Oh, bother. So you're getting my messy little grid sheet. So I don't know if you're familiar with bullet journaling, but I've been bullet journaling for a few years now. It's just kind of a catch-all for any of my ideas that I'm working on and things like that. So I have lists for everything in here. I have I actually documented my trips. So this is from Thailand a couple of years ago, so that when I do go back to actually do my album, my scrapbook album for this, which is in the works, but it's just not finished yet. When I get to the journaling part, I have this all written out, so I know exactly what happened each day, where we ate, what we did. So this book kind of documents all of that. It documents my sales, it documents my Christmas list, what I'm, any dieting stuff that I'm doing, my daily to-dos. It's got everything all in here. And so this is kind of my little catch-all for everything. So I've started a little Summer Moments 2019 page in here, and I went through my phone and I found like I just went through the photos and was like, okay, what was the little moments of that day? And so I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a quick little page using our, what are these called? The 6x8 albums. These are really fun size for crafting or for doing like quick albums like this. So I'm going to use this size. This one's actually kind of falling apart. This is my Mediterranean album. But what's really cool is I can do just one spread on each day. And it might just be one photo that I have, but it would just be one kind of quick and easy thing that I could probably do in an hour or less. So that's kind of my idea, is I don't want it to be something long and involved. If you've heard of the December daily concept, where you kind of do one little photo or one little montage of photos for each day in December to kind of document the season because it's so busy. That's kind of what I'm doing here, but I love summer more. And I do a lot more fun things during the summer, so I want to document my summer instead. And so I've kind of come up with some items that have happened each day so far in the summer, and then now moving forward I'm going to be more intentional about what I do each day, or not what I do, but documenting what I do each day so that I can continue this little album, and I'll have this to look back on each year. So you can kind of see the big highlights of each year without having to do big drawn out pages. So that's kind of the concept. And then I also created, I don't know if you're on my email, oh goodness, if you're on my newsletter list, my email list, then yesterday when I sent out the weekly email, I also talked a little bit about the summer bucket list, which I first saw on Tiffany Call's page, the Ready Set Crop page. She had done a page for that, and I'm going to do one in here for my summer bucket list. And actually I think I'm going to do it as the cover page in this album will be my summer bucket list right here. So I have a list of some of the things that I want to do for this summer, and I'm going to make a little page here where I can kind of highlight them as they happen and maybe write the date that it happens, and then the corresponding page in my little album will actually have the pictures from that event. So it's going to be one so I can kind of check off some of the things I want to do this summer, which I love checking things off, so that will make me super happy. And then I can kind of remember those little moments every day in my album. So I have here started, because I've already gone through my phone, so you can see like on June 2nd I have photos from my nephew's graduation, so I'll use that. And then I put here that I'd start with the summer bucket list, so I'll create a page in the front that has a summer bucket list, and then these are the things that have already happened that I already have photos for. So I kind of went through, I didn't do every day, I'm just kind of doing highlights. So I'll go ahead and do little pages for each of these, and then I also have my little summer bucket list here that I'll add to the front, and I can cross off and add those kinds of things in here, because obviously we've got quite a bit left of the summer, so I still have plenty of time to do this. I may add some more to these too, we'll see. I just kind of added a few things off the top of my head and that I hope to get in this year. And what I really did was I kind of wanted to remind myself, because I have done some of this, like we've actually already gone to an outdoor concert, but I didn't take any pictures. So now I have to do another one so that I can actually take pictures and kind of document those little things, because they just kind of happen sometimes sporadically. Like we just happened to come upon one the other day, and so we kind of sat and watched, and then I forgot to take pictures. So I don't have pictures of me or the group of us that were there or the concert or anything. So it's kind of to help me live a little bit more in the moment. Like I said, I've been sort of running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. So it's kind of to do that, but also to kind of, I picked things that would be really cool for photos too. So, and things that I've always wanted to do. Like I've always wanted to do yoga on the beach. I don't know if you've ever done that, but it's kind of a thing here on the Cape in the summer and the fall. So I'd love to try that, because I think it would be really fun. I love yoga and I love the beach. So why not do that together, right? As long as it's not as hot as it's been the past, or last week and into the beginning of this week was kind of crazy. I don't think I'd want to do yoga in that, but you never know, right? So so that's kind of the plan. And then what I thought would be really cool is this, the Memories and More cards from the Come Sail Away section of the suite, or the Come Sail Away suite. So this makes this really, really easy. So you have the little 6x8 pages. So they come in a variety pack. So you'll have that open page. There's always one of those in each pack. which is just kind of like the wide open piece. So I would do my summer bucket list on here, and then maybe I could do some one of my favorite pictures from the summer and an inspirational quote or something on the back side. And then here you've got the 2 4x6s. You get the 3x4s with a 4x6 on the bottom. I think you get 4 of those. Oh, nope, 3 of those. Then you have the 4x6 on top with the 2 3x4s on the bottom. So I usually just mix these all in. Then you get the 4 3x4s and then the 1 single page. So those are kind of the pages you have to work with. And you could even just do one album with 1 page, 1 pack of paper, one pack of the sheet protectors, or you could, do a few different ones if you have a lot of things on your to-do list. But then what's really cool is you just kind of plug in your pictures, and I'll show you, I think I've started to do this already with Thailand. Hold on. So my process is that I put all the pages in, and then I go ahead and I add all the photos first. So here you can see I've added all my photos into my album. So you can see that's all ready to go. I think I did almost the whole trip. And like I kind of pulled out the ones that I really loved. So the pictures that I know I want to highlight and feature, those are in one of the full page things. So this is actually like a whole album one, so it will be a little different from my summer 2019 album, but you can see that my process for this is I always put the photos in first. So when I start, and I hope to be able to do this kind of like a little at a time, not really in one sitting. So my thought is I want to kind of sit down each day, or every other day or something like that, to kind of just do that one day. So I would flip this open, I'd have one full page spread, I'd print a couple of photos from my phone, I'd plug those in, and then you take the cards and you would stick these in to the slots next. So I usually would pick a couple, maybe like 1 or 2 that are kind of decorative. So you might put, this and this here, although not in this case. I'd probably only use 1 decorative. And then I would use this for my journaling. So I'd pull one of the cards, and then I would write, what happened that day, why it was fun, what was important, or, whatever was on my mind for that day. And that's kind of why I want to do it daily, or at least every few days, so that the happenings and the events are fresh in my mind, so I can really remember and kind of be grateful for the moments, because they are just all little moments, but they're all kind of, when you put them together, they're very impactful. And I think sometimes when we're just going about life, we forget to see those little moments as something fun and exciting, and kind of a little bit of outlet for the monotony of every day, right? So I don't know if you follow me on Facebook at all, then obviously you may know that I do a lot of walks on the beach, and I haven't been doing them lately just because it's been so hot. And I've kind of stopped. Like, I feel like I haven't been living in the moment as much, because I always look for the picture each day, and I look for what's really speaking to me that morning, and I can kind of center myself for the day just by going for my little walk in the morning and looking for that one shot that kind of captures the day for me. And so that's kind of what I'm doing here. I want to capture the day for myself and get that one shot that kind of depicts my life in that moment. And what's really cool is when you go back, years from now, and I can show you, I think I have one from a couple of years ago. So yeah, this was 2016, and you can go back and kind of see what was happening in your life, and really kind of relive the moment. So, and I did silly stuff like shopping sprees and things like that. This was December daily a few years ago. So again, I just took a couple of pictures from my life. This was my closet and all my new goodies, because I went shopping. And you can see I got most of it all on discount. So I was very excited with myself. I got, let's see, it says 4 dresses, 5 tops, a jean jacket, and 2 belts for just $100. So that was kind of the fun little stuff. I put little tickets in there. I'd gone to the holiday concert for the symphony, did some teaching. So I just love being able to have little slices of life when I'm scrapbooking. So that's kind of what I focused on for this project too. So I'm going to do the same idea, the same concept, but we're going to use it for summer instead. And obviously I'm a little behind because we've already had quite a bit of summer, but my plan, like I said, is I'll use my little bullet journal to catch up, and I'll do all the stuff that I already have photos for, so I don't have to try and recreate anything. I just went through my phone already from June until now, and I'll just print these photos, just a couple from each of those days. And some of them I only have one photo, but I'll just pull what I have and stick it into the binder, and then just write a few notes about that. And I'm probably going to try and just start from here and go forward, just because it kind of, I don't know why I've never thought of doing kind of like a December daily, but in the summer, because summer is my favorite. But I'm going to probably move from right now moving forward, and I think that will help me be more intentional about what I'm doing every day, and then also kind of reflecting on that each day as well. And then once the summer is finished, I can go back and catch up on these, because I've already written them down. I just don't want to overwhelm myself by having to do all of this at once, because that might make me stop doing it when I'm excited about it. So I'll start from today, make sure I get some photos of the important things today, and then I'll go ahead and print them today or tomorrow and do my first little page, and then I can create my little bucket list for the beginning of the album too. And I think it'd be really fun if you're not really huge into summer. You could do this kind of concept for winter or spring or fall or whatever is your favorite, or maybe you do one every season. That could be kind of fun too, rather than just doing a December daily. Maybe at the beginning of each season you have a seasonal bucket list, and then you can kind of check off those things and make a little album about it each month too. And like I said, this style of scrapbooking, I don't think I would take this on if it was like traditional scrapbooking. I stick with my my past photos for the most part for traditional stamping. For traditional scrapbooking. But for this project, these little albums are so easy, and it makes it so doable that I won't be intimidated by that concept. So I'm going to go ahead and start from here, from today, and I'll just do one layout for each day of the rest of the summer. And I'll use my little cards, because it makes it really easy to just kind of pull a couple of cards and then slip them in with the pictures. And look at there, this is kind of a masculine set, but there's so much great things for every day. Like, what is life but a grand adventure? So that's perfect for like everyday scrapbooking. Same thing with here, the perfect day, simply having a great day. So it doesn't have to revolve around a specific vacation or, a trip to the beach or anything. It can just be, this is summer and this is what we're doing. So here's to making every moment count. Here's to making, that's the same thing, love you always. This is the perfect moment. So I think these will work really well for this kind of project. Again, you get 2 of each, like World's Greatest Guy. So maybe you're hanging out with your husband or a niece, or a nephew, or your dad or something like that. That would all work good. Celebrate good times. You get 2 of each, so you can see, let's go somewhere and do something. So one year, Matt and I just got in the car and went somewhere out of the blue. So that was a really fun, a fun time. So maybe you have something like that you do one day, and then you could use this. So it's just really kind of, again, trying to live in the moment is really what I'm doing. And hopefully that inspires you to maybe try something like that too, because I think it would be really fun. All right, I think that's it for today. And then, of course, what I love about this is that these cards we have, obviously, you could just use these cards and you'd have plenty to do an entire album, because there's 72 cards, I believe, is the total with these, in these little packages. Let me just double check that. This isn't the right box, but... oh, it just says 1 kit anyway. It doesn't tell you. I think it's in the catalog. But I think it's 72 that you get. So you could easily do an entire album with this. But if you wanted to step it up and you wanted to do a little more and give yourself a little more creative time each night, then you could add the stamp set, or you could add the designer series paper, or some of the trinkets and things like that too. But I'd probably suggest just keeping it simple, just using the cards and a journaling pen, and the book is really all you would need to really get started. And then you could just do, like, limit yourself too. Don't make, because I find that when I tend to, I talked about this a little bit on my blog recently, I tend to not take on projects unless they're perfect. So I would limit myself and just do kind of like give myself maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes each night to kind of get my thoughts down, get the the picture's done, and then just it's done. Go on to the next page. So these do come together really, really quickly, as you can see. Like, these are pretty minimal. It's just the cards, a little bit of embellishment, and some writing, and that's it. So it's just 2 photos. That was all I used for this one. So it's really, really, the idea is just really to kind of quick and easy, just documenting the everyday. I think it will really kind of help you be grateful for what you have. I know that's something I need to practice more, and just kind of remembering all those little moments that really are the most important ones that we experience. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking and thought I would share with you. I'm sorry I didn't think of it sooner so that I could actually share some finished stuff with you, but be sure to watch the page, because as I move forward and start working on my project, I will definitely share the finished product when I'm working through my album. So, but I just love it, because like, just looking back at this one, this was, like I said, from December Daily a few years ago. And I got Stitch Fix. So here's the different things that I got in my Stitch Fix. I didn't keep any of this stuff, so it's kind of fun to look back now and see what I got and be like, oh, why didn't I keep that? Because this actually looks like a really good color on me, but I think it was too tight. So yeah, it says showed too many bumps. So it's just kind of fun stuff to look back on and kind of see what was happening, getting my hair done, just simple everyday stuff, but things that I might forget a few years from now, and will help me kind of, I think even more importantly, like I said, is to live in the moment right now. So that's kind of the plan. And I don't know why I've never thought to do one in the summer before, because that will make me so much happier than Christmas. But maybe you're more of a Christmas person. I just like doing I tend to do more fun things and more photographic things in the summer. So that's why I think this will be fun for this time of year. All right, I think that's it for me today. If you have any questions or have any other thoughts to share about what you might want to document or how you might do this project, feel free to shoot them below, because I'd love to hear and I'd love to get the inspiration. Like I said, this is just something that I decided I wanted to try just because I was thinking about it the other day. So it just kind of popped into my head and I thought I would share it with you. So I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you again next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. In case you missed it in the beginning, I'm going to be moving my Facebook Lives to 4 instead of 8. But you can always catch the replay if you can't catch it live. And next week we'll be doing our little mini class. So I'll be doing 3 cards using the Seaside Notions stamp set. And I haven't sent those kits out, so if you'd like to get those kits for next week, you can always order in the online store if you order the Seaside Notions stamp set, which is a super cute one. I actually don't know if I have it handy. But it is the one with the seahorse and the shells and stuff like that. I did Stamp of the Month with it last week, and I just love it. So I'm going to do 3 more cards next week featuring that stamp set. And I will go ahead and send card kits to anybody that has ordered that set since June 1st. So if you haven't already and you'd like to, I have not cut and prepped for those, so I can still squeak you in. Otherwise, I will see you online again soon, I'm sure. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye!